Welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sparing your Sunday night by joining our meeting. And we believe that you will have fun, even though we might not have a lot of people coming in, but we believe that it can be an intimate meeting where everyone has more chances to speak than not. So before that, I would like to invite you to watch our housekeeping rules so as to prepare you on what to expect on our online meeting. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Pipit Andriani, to officially open this meeting. Please give it up for Pipit.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today out of your mind prison, which is the topic for today's meeting. It's so unfortunate because only few of us can make it to today's meeting, but no problem because we understand. Oh, there you go, my alarm to wake me up. We understand that today is lately is holiday mode, I would say. So let's give a break to people who cannot make it today. But I'm sure we will have fun because Keisha will be the table topic master for this first time. And she offered to do so as well without being told to do it. So which is exciting. So I'm curious what kind of questions she will come up with. And then hereby, because there are no non member guests here, I think I don't have to explain anything else, right? Okay, so here comes Bhinneka Toastmaster Club meeting on 23rd of June is open. Yeah. And to help run this meeting, please welcome our Tom Natalie, DTM.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm back now at my capacity as the Toastmasters of this meeting. And I decided to do this role because the topic is very interesting. It's intriguing indeed. Mind prison. What does it mean? For some of you who don't know, but I think everyone here is pretty familiar with Toastmasters meeting. Every meeting we have different theme and we're exploring different topics so that we are not only stuck at one point, but we can progress and learn other things from other people. So our theme tonight is mind prison. And when I look further about this topic, it says that usually mind prisons mean that we are imprisoned in our negative talk, negative self-talk or negative thought that kept coming repeatedly. So it's a recurring pattern of thinking or thoughts that affected us in the way we see ourselves, in the way we communicate with others, or in the way we build our relationship with others and also ourselves. So think about it. What are some things that have prevent you to move forward? Maybe negative self-talk, maybe recurring negative thoughts that somebody else once said to you during your childhood, as you grew up, or maybe from your boss currently. Also, think about some patterns that you constantly repeated here in the way you think about something, in the way you think about someone. I will ask everyone who come forward to deliver their roles to share a little bit about some of their past experiences or maybe some of their struggles. Again, you don't have to say anything too personal because this is really about I'm respecting your boundaries, but if you want to share something, even though it's very general, it will be appreciated too. What are some negative thoughts that recurring constantly or repeatedly that hinder you to make progress or move forward? So I'm gonna leave you with that question, and I'm gonna get back to each one of you with your answer. But now, when we're doing Toastmaster meeting, of course, not only the Toastmaster of the meeting or the MC that hosts the meeting, I'm also being helped by general evaluator who will evaluate the whole meeting proceeding. And tonight we have very few people, but that's okay. Every Toastmaster meeting is a different experience. And now we're really thankful to have Pipit stepping up as GE. So please give a big hand for Pipit.
Thank you, Natalie. By the way, Alicia is here. That
Oh yeah, okay. She's
do we
coming.
want her
Hi.
to evaluate Dini maybe so I can do grammarian at the same time?
Actually, I would love Alicia to do grammarian.
Oh,
It's
really? Oh,
up to it.
Alicia,
Okay,
which one would you pick? Do you want to be a grammarian or a speech evaluator?
I'll let you choose. Which one do you want to do? What do you prefer doing?
Uh, I'll I'll do grammarian.
Okay, all right, I'll do a
But
speech
you're the
evaluator
GE
for
as
Dini.
well.
Yeah, which is, GE and grammarian is somehow combinable roles. Speech
Okay.
evaluator, so Dini will evaluate. Oh, sorry. Dini will be evaluated by Alicia. Is that okay?
If Dini can send the evaluation form in the chat to Alicia, that would be appreciated. Thank you. Go ahead, Pipit.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yay, Alicia, the savior today. It's not that I want to evaluate speech, but I think Dini deserve more thorough evaluation. And usually either Alicia or Natalie are the one who actually give very thorough evaluation. Okay, so I am the GE General Evaluator, and today we only have grammarian and then ballot counter, right? Because we don't have a counter today, but just fine. We also have timer, who's also Ben. And I will start by calling our timer. Ben, can you explain the timing mechanism of this meeting?
Yes, and I just realized that my new computer doesn't have my lights on it. Super duper. Okay, so I don't have any lights on my new computer. It's been a new computer for a week, but speeches are about 5 to 7 minutes, and usually you would see a green light. I don't have one. All right, and then a yellow light for 6 minutes, a green light for 5 minutes, a yellow light for 6 minutes, and a red light for 7 minutes. But I have a computer right here. I'm going to send it to myself in a second. And for table topics, you get 1 to 2 minutes, of course. And then evaluation, 2 to 3. So 2 minutes green, 2.5 yellow, red is 3 minutes. Don't go over time. That's a bad move. If you go over time, I will do this, and it'll be annoying. And I'll show you right now what I'll do. It'll be like this, over and over again. This means you're going over time. So, don't do that. Back to you.
Thank you, Ben. Now, the next one is ballot counter. Can you explain your role, ballot counter?
Yeah, it's me again. Haha. And then as a ballot counter, I will launch a poll for you to choose your favorite speakers. And then I will announce at the end of the meeting who will get the certificate. Back to you, Pipit.
Thank you so much. And then, ET, by the way, ET, are you okay taking any roles?
It is good in humor.
Oh, okay.
He needs to go at 7 bits, so he can.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I wasn't here when All right, so the next one is grammarian. We don't have word of the day other than mind prison, and it has been mentioned by Natalie. The meaning of mind prison is actually being trapped in a, s- a negative thoughts, basically, surrounded by negative thoughts. So I think you can use the word mind prison in a lot of contexts. For example, I'm trapped in this mind prison. That's why I cannot feel optimistic about my future, something like that, for example. So that's how you can use the word mind prison. A phrase actually, mind prison. Okay, and then I'll be your grammarian. I will try my best to catch any errors in word use and language use, but also great things that will come out when I listen to your speech. Okay, so that is it, the general evaluation team. And then I would like to call our Tom to proceed with the first session of the meeting. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, our GE, Distinguished Social Pipit. You know, in Bhinneka, we have a saying, if we can finish before time, we will finish before time. We're going to start on time, finish before time. We're going to make your time count. So I'm not going to mince any words, waste any more time. And I'm going to proceed with the first speaker, Dini Nuris. Are you here, Dini?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Before I invite you to deliver your speech, I would like to ask you the question that I asked earlier. As mind prison means that we are trapped in our negative thought that comes from many different sources, outside or inside. Can you share, don't make it personal, but can you share any negative thoughts that often occur
Cheers.
to you? Yeah.
Well, I think the foremost thought that I always think in my mind is that I always think that I'm not good enough in doing anything. Because I don't know, probably I keep comparing myself with other people who probably seems more successful at what they're doing. So even though other people told me that no, it is already good. Wow, you've done your best. Sometimes it subconsciously appears in my mind. So yeah, I think that is something that I need to overcome by myself, because I am not supposed to think like that, because somehow those thoughts consume my soul. And then yeah, I will feel not confident, and then I probably often give up on many things. So yeah, that's something that would be my homework right now.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Denny. Letting that thought rent-free, like live rent-free in your mind, is a daily battle and a daily struggle. And thank you for sharing that. I think each one of us at least once had that thought, I'm not good enough. One quote that I remember is, comparison is the thief of joy. So instead of comparing yourself with other people, you can compare yourself with where you were. Anyhow, we're ready to listen to Dennis' speech. It's Engaging Humor Path, Level 2, Project 1, and Dini will be evaluated by Alicia Curtis. So thank you so much, Alicia. Can you give a brief information about Dini's project?
Absolutely, Natalie. So Dini is delivering from Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose for Dini is to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring, and the purpose is for Dini to share some aspect of a previous experience of being a protege in 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. And please welcome Dini Norris with Mentor Helps Me Shine. Mentor Helps Me Shine, Toastmaster Dini Norris.
I've been in this field like probably more than like years. since I was in elementary school, participating in speech contests or storytelling contests. So basically, I should have succeeded as a public speaker. But it turns out that along the way, after I was getting adult, boom, I lose my confidence in speaking before people. I had nowhere to go. Like, what am I supposed to do? I am a teacher now, but sometimes I was stuttering speaking in front of my students. Like, can you imagine the teacher stuttering in front of her students? Yeah, that was me. So, ladies and gentlemen, my public speaking journey hasn't stopped because I still have a long way to go there. And then in Toastmasters, finally, I found a way to help me grow, to help me get back that confidence that I had. But not in the first year of being a Toastmaster member, of course. I was still lost. I didn't know where to go still. What I knew from mentoring is just help me to revise, revise like a proofreader, revise my script. That's what I knew about Toastmasters mentoring. Until it was 2023. I met my very first personal mentor, Natalie. Voila. Finally, I got the official mentor for me in Toastmasters. And then the way she gave mentoring opened my eyes. It was mind-blowing because I have never been directed in such a way that, oh, finally, I can create a path for my journey. So here is the thing about my mentorship experience with Natalie. First, she helped me set my goals. So finally, I knew what to do ahead, probably around 3 months ahead or 6 months ahead. Of course, it didn't really, run smoothly because life was full ups and downs, but still it helped me to get back on track. And in this way, I can see what I want to pursue in Toastmaster. Finally, everything becomes clear. And Natalie was there as someone who had experience before. So I can somehow see, okay, so this is like the example that I can follow. And second one, the appearance of my mentor here, my beautiful mentor, helped me recognize my strengths and weaknesses. You know what, Natalie, probably was waiting for my answer about what is your strength, Dinil, probably around 2 weeks or more, right? And then I still haven't got it. I didn't know what my strengths are because probably those like mind prison that happened to me. I was imprisoned inside my mind that, okay, I don't know about myself. And then what are my strengths? Do I have one? But after such, a little bit tight discussion, and then she shared about her experience, and then she directed me to particular destination. I finally came up that my strength is that I love to talk to people. And also, through this moment, I finally realized, oh yeah, I have these weaknesses that I should overcome. Through this mentorship, everything becomes clear once again. It's like a rainbow after rain. And of course, the third one, your mentor is your best ally. I think Natalie has become my best ally here. She always supported me, encouraged me to grow, to do better with a very soft and also hard encouragement. But I think this is like the best way to approach me. She knew really well how to approach me. And I think when you think that you are going to fall, your mentor is there for you to back you up. So that's why I always think that my mentor is my best ally. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, probably like Keisha as the new member in Toastmaster, if you think that you are stuck, you don't know where to go, you can always ask for help. Approach your mentor. Just like the quote that I get on the internet, I found something interesting. If you cannot see where you are going, ask someone who has been there before. And I believe your mentor was there waiting for you to help you shine, to help you set goals, to help you recognize your strength and then weakness. And of course, to be your best ally. Back to you, our Tom.
Thank you, Dini. Thank you for sharing that stories. And guys, I did not plan this. I didn't know she will deliver the speech. So I feel a little bit awkward, but thank you for sharing the wonderful journey that we have together in the past 6 months. I'm grateful and really happy to see how much that you have grown in the past 6 months. Well done. Next up, we will have our second speaker, Toastmaster Ben. And coincidentally, it's the same part, engaging humor. I think we all need a little touch of humor in our life. Before I call upon you, Pak Yusuf, as his evaluator, I would like to ask the same question to Ben. What are some negative thoughts that kept recurring in your mind?
Oh, before I speak, I guess. As someone who has a master's degree in counseling, specifically addiction counseling, one thing we talk about is future tripping. So what this is looking into the future and not really being present and wondering about every obstacle you have to kind of keep on accomplishing, every goal you have to keep on accomplishing. You can never really appreciate the present and like even dwell if you do accomplish a goal now, you are already on to the next goal. And with that, it constantly goes. So being, say, 37 years old, I could already see myself at 80. So, it makes 50 years, go by really quick if you keep on looking at it in that kind of a length. So it kind of really doesn't allow you to kind of appreciate the times you have now because you're never really present. You're always looking to the future.
Very interesting. I think for me personally, I had a little tendency to do that previously. And I realized, I think 2 or 3 years ago, that we should cherish the moment after I found some teacups in my mom's storage. So I do resonate with what you have said just now. Thank you, Ben, for sharing. Now, because Pak Yusuf need to leave early, Pak, I want to ask you the same question first. What are some negative thoughts that you have constantly recurring in your mind? Or maybe if you have broken those things.
Thank you very much. Some negative thought it keeps occurring on my mind is when I see the young generation nowadays. I see my students. They are living in a new world with the gadget and everything. When I ask them to do some research on doing something, go to the library. What they did, they open up their gadget. And they didn't even move from their desk. They just look at the gadget. So what do you think this generation will be? I was thinking that it was very different from my period. When I was a student, I tried to study hard. I tried to follow what the lecturers want. And even I give them an opportunity to go working in a foreign country. They didn't bother at all. So I said, what are you going to be? It was occurring in my mind, what is this generation leading to? Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Yusuf. Wow, suddenly it takes like such a deep turn. I guess the concern that you brought up came from generational gap and also your worries about the future of our current generation. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. As a teacher, I guess it consumed a lot of the portion of, your mind. And now I would like to give you the honor to introduce Ben and his project.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This evening, I have the honor to be the evaluator of Ben. He is going to talk about engaging humor, and the purpose of his speech is for the member to determine his style of humor and apply it into a speech that centers around the central message. The broom, Ben, Toastmaster Ben, the broom, Toastmaster Ben. The time will be 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours.
Have you ever wanted to get up and quit your job? You guys can engage with an answer. Yeah, just get up and quit. Well, I did. And I have a 1-month-old baby. Pretty good risk to take at this current gesture in my life. But that's not what this speech is about at all. More positive. Have you ever wanted to be promoted from your current job to make more money? Well, I have a solution for you. Now, most of you, I think, know that I was in the Army in the United States. Some of you that didn't know that, I was in the Army in the United States from 18 to about 22 years old. And at 20 years old, I was promoted to sergeant. What does that mean to you? That means I am in charge of multi-million-dollar equipment and the lives of people. For some ridiculous reason, I still could not drink a beer. But how? How do you get promoted so quickly? A broom. A literal broom. And I'm not metaphorically saying this, but the speech is going to be mostly metaphorically about a broom. But what that broom represented for me in the Army was there is always something that needs to be done. And if you're standing around doing absolutely nothing, guess what happens? You get to do the crap job. So what did I do? At the end of every single day, we had to clean up. And as a private and as a specialist, all I did is like, what is the easiest job that I can do right now that needs to be done? And do it. Again, I grabbed the broom. I swept dirt from here to over there. Now, this speech would be a lot better if I was standing up. But again, my new computer system is new. I don't know how to do that yet. But that's what I did. I took initiative. And that's really what the broom represented. As an 18, 19-year-old, I realized I hated doing push-ups or hated doing stupid detail work that had nothing to do with anything. And usually in the Army, it was about taking something here, picking it up, and just walking it about 100 yards that way. That's pretty much what it was. So I did the simplest job in the world, picked up the broom, and just kept sweeping. Pushed the broom around, and I did it quietly. I didn't ask anybody where the broom was. I just knew what time we should be going home. And I'm like, yesterday I stood around and did nothing and got yelled at. But today I'm just going to quietly go get this broom and get the job done. And I did that for weeks and months and months and weeks and years. And all of a sudden, I was a sergeant. Now, the problem is when you're in a giant society and you stand out, right? People start to really bully you and make fun of you for being the person that stands out. And as a teacher in Indonesia, I see that a lot, especially with international schools. We all wear uniforms. Girls have to have a certain length hair. Boys have to have a certain length hair, right? No one can really stand out. And I teach people to stand out. Because when you do in a positive way, you get promoted, right? And that's how it works, right? So if you really want to take responsibility of your own life, stop pointing fingers this way. Because when you point a finger at someone else, you have 3 other fingers pointing right back at you, right? See, you point, and these ones are back at you. So that's why in the Army, we also point like this, because all the fingers are pointing at somebody. But the idea is look at your job if you like it. If you like your job and you want more money from your job, you got to start asking questions. So the idea to ask a question would be, hey, how can I get better at this task? How can I get better at this task? How can I get better at this task? And this advice I have given to my little brother, Jaden, who just recently graduated high school. He joined the wrestling team. And what I told him to do right when he got in there is to grab a broom, but also go talk to the older kids and ask them, how can I get better at this position? And then those people, aka managers or superior officers or sergeants, they took notice in him and elevated him to that next level. And he is going to take that same advice, I hope, and he gets his first job. He's starting it at In-N-Out Burger. It's a great job in America. They actually pay like $25 an hour to flip burgers. And when I go to the US, I am going to eat some free food, which is great for me. And side note, my sister's boyfriend works at Subway. So, I can go healthy that way too. So the idea is I told him, if you want to get up, if you don't want to be at that job for a long time, that's fine. But while you're there, take advantage of the opportunity to learn. So go to the guy or girl who's been cooking fries for like 10 years. How do you do it the best? How do you flip the bird? How do you package it? Go to the manager. How do you close the register? How do you close the night shift? Ask these questions. Show a little bit of like desire to get better. Because what happens when you're not at this job for a long period of time, you're going to go to another job. You're going to have that same mentality. Be able to keep trying to learn new stuff to take that next step. Myself, I didn't really do that a lot. Granted, I was in finance, my very first job out of college, and it was a great company. They hire within. I just didn't care about your money. I only cared about mine. And the idea is when you're in a place where you actually like and you see yourself trying to get to the next level, start asking people about that are in that level questions about how did they get there? What did they do? Like, don't just sit there and look at them. Literally, go do it. Also, go grab a broom, right? And start showing people that you don't need to be told to do something. Because when you're told to do something, you are now a follower. You're not a leader. Leaders stand out. Stand out, do a great job, go grab a broom, clean the floor, and get promoted. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Ben the Broom. When I first saw the title, The Broom, like so many different thoughts came to my mind, but then I got it. The broom shows the initiative. So thank you, Ben, for sharing that speech to all of us. I'd like to ask you, Ben, if Dini is qualified to be voted on. For you just now, it's 6 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, she's 702. She's good.
Okay, so both of the speakers are qualified to be voted on. Before we move on to our next session, table topic session, I would like to invite all of you to open your camera because now we're going to take a group photo. It's always good to do it in the beginning before I forgot while everyone is still here. Good. Hi, Anna. Good to see you from Malang Toastmasters Club. Dini, can you open your camera? Are you there? Yes, of course. Pipit, would you mind?
Yes. First formal pose. 1, 2, 3. Next one, mind prison. Okay, everyone, mind prison. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, I got it.
Awesome. Thank you, Pipit. Let's go on to the second part of the meeting. After the first part is the prepared speech session. Now is the impromptu speech session. In Toastmasters, we call it table topic session. And today we have a fresh, newly table topic master, Toastmaster Keisha Klein, who will explain and invite you to join the session. So please give it up for Toastmaster Keisha.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Keisha, and I will be the Table Topics Master for today's meeting. And the reason that I chose to become a Table Topics Master is pretty similar to Miss Natalie's decision to become a Tom today, because I think that mind prison is a very large, encompassing topic that we can all resonate with. I think people from all ages, all walks of life have experienced or are even still experiencing being entrapped, imprisoned in their own mind. So I'm going to be defining a little bit what mind prison that we mean here. Again, mind prison is the feeling of being entrapped in your own mind. Maybe it can be manifested as a negative self-talk, self-doubt that can hold you back from doing things that you might want to do, or from doing things that you shouldn't have done in the first place because you are too trapped in your own mind and negative self-doubt. So recently I went to watch Inside Out. Maybe you guys have heard of it, and it is a very new movie, and I really liked it because it talked about what we're going to be talking today, which is about self-doubt and negative self-talk. I think, again, I will recommend everyone here to watch the movie, even though it does present the movie as a cartoonish, kids Disney vibes, but again, people of all ages will definitely resonate with it. Okay, so we are going to go for this session. Yeah, me too. I'm a big lover of Inside Out. I watched it with my friends, and by the end of the movie, we were passing around tissue, not sharing a word, just crying our eyes out. So, for our table topics today, again, the time is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's 1 to 2 minutes, and I'm going to be giving each person in this group one question, and will be answered in 1 to 2 minutes. So, for the first question, I'm going to go to, let's go with Miss Natalie. I'm going to be presenting the first question. I'm going to share it in the room chat.
Okay. And then after me, I think we have a volunteer in the chat. So you can go to him after me.
Oh, okay. All right. I will be reading the question.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a moment when you decided not to do something or take a chance because you were held back by your self-doubt and ended up regretting it?
Thank you, Keisha, for the question. Very relatable question. I think not just for me, but for most of us. I did have not just a moment, but quite a lot of moments where I did not take a chance and regretted it. One of those moments that I can recall right now is when I said no to mentor a lady whom I met a few years back. So this lady was a triathlonist and also an Iron marathoner. I don't know if you've heard about it. It means that you ran like the big marathon, long distance. It's not even like a normal marathon. And then she needed to do some press release after each marathon. And then we met by chance in one of Toastmasters club. And she said, Natalie, why don't you coach me? I don't mind paying you. Now, this is way back in 2018, 2017. I forgot the exact year. But then I was still 4 years in Toastmaster. And I thought, oh, I did not have enough capabilities or experience to do this. I couldn't do it. So I said no to her. And I deeply regretted it. The reason why I regretted it is not because I did not get the money, but it's more that I did not have the opportunity to help her. Imagine what she can say in those press releases when she finished something, because at that time, she was the only woman marathoner from Indonesia who competed. since then, I started to stop and think that, you know what, maybe what I have is enough. And I started to flip my thought that I don't have to be perfect to mentor someone. I just need to walk one step in front of them to help them. So after that, if mentoring or coaching opportunity came, I listen to what they need. And if I believe I have walked at least one step closer or in front of them, then I would say yes. Back to you, Keisha.
Thank you so much, Miss Natalie. And that was definitely a relatable speech about our own self-doubt that held us back to maybe even helping other people. Because the truth is, sometimes when we doubt ourselves, we think that everyone knows that that is our weakness, when the truth is only ourselves know it. Maybe everyone else around us sees us as this perfect example, and we are just afraid that maybe if we do help this person, or if we do show ourselves, put ourselves out there, that people will find out that we are not that perfect after all. But again, it's about the chance that we take, and that from this chance that we take, we can bring positive effects for other people. So yeah, again, thank you, Ms. Natalie. So for the second one, I'm going to go with Mr. E.T. Yeah, let me share the
Hello.
question real quick. Okay. I'm going to read the question. What is one thing you wish you could change about your thought patterns or mindset that holds you back from pursuing your goals and dreams? The time is yours.
I have a dream, and this dream is so big that I sometimes feel like I'm in a mind prison. I do have self-doubt sometimes that will keep on echoing several times in my mind, debating either I am having the imposter syndrome or not. Am I the best person to deliver the materials? Am I credible enough to share about something that people maybe know better than me? And this is indeed a handcuff to me that put me on the stagnant position that we've been there for years. Imagine you are being a human, but you living like a zombie. You'll keep on repeating again and again and again your routine. And indeed, if you reach the condition, the zombie state, how you can pursue your goals? It is like you are fresh outside, but dead inside. Do they still have goals and dreams? Maybe it's too late. And yes, this is the patterns that keep on hindering me to achieve my goals. And I have been several mentor and coaches told me about my wrong mindset. They see something in me and they say they know exactly what it is. They told me you need to change your mindset. The problem is only on your mindset. And yet still, I am who I am. I'm still learning right now to become a better person. And that's why I'm here. I'm listening to people. Back to you, Titian.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. That is why I'm here, to listen to other people and to learn. And I think that's what we're all doing here, especially me, because I'm very new and I'm learning from all of you amazing people. So the third speaker, we also have a volunteer, which is Miss Alicia. This question is interesting for me because it is quite imaginative. So this is the question. I'm going to read it. Have you ever felt like you're living in a world that's not real, trapped in a web of distorted thinking or unrealistic expectations that prevent you from being present in the moment? The time is yours.
That happened to me on Friday, unfortunately, and I will talk about it because I think it's very important to talk about mental health. I've just had to give up the district director role because of my health condition, which is escalating and getting worse. My pain is getting a lot worse. Friday, I found myself at a local town about 20-30 minutes from my place. And I walked around for about 8 hours, so alone, and ended up in the hospital because I was so down. And being present was not there until a wonderful stranger hugged me. And she just let me hug her for about 30 minutes because I was so sad. And now this is what my life has become. And I sit there and I wonder, and thankfully she was the one who was able to be there for me physically and in the present. She fed me, she gave me a jacket, an umbrella, and she got me to the hospital. And thankfully I was able to get out, but yeah, it was a very difficult time on Friday, and people don't realise how difficult it has been for me for the last 5 to 6 weeks. I've been in bed for the last 3-4 days, just dealing with this pain that no one is listening to me about. And yeah, my depression is just at a all-time high. So I'm glad that I'm able to share this openly. And as you can see, I'm in tears about it because I've given up something that really meant the world to me. But being present means being to understand and to trust people. And that lady, Sarah, on Friday allowed me to trust her. And I'm going back tomorrow to give her a hug and to say thank you.
Ms. Alicia, thank you for sharing that story. I really can't begin to express how much it means for me that you are able to express it freely with all of us here today. I'm sure that all of us here are praying for the best of your health and for the best of your well-being. Again, thank you for sharing the story, and it was very beautiful. So I think we can all very much, I think we all got emotional with that story. And I mean, this is what we're getting from talking about my prison. But I really encourage everyone here to be deep, to express what you want to express with the questions that we have. And yeah, because this is very much a topic that we can all relate with on a deeper than just a surface level. So again, thank you so much, Miss Alicia. So the next one, I think, Pak Yusuf, are you volunteering to be? Okay. Okay. Yes. So for speaker 4, this will be the question. I think this question is very suitable for Pak Yusuf, who I believe is a teacher. And this question is this: how do you think societal expectations and pressures contribute to feelings of mental imprisonment? And what steps can we take to break free from these constraints? Yes, the time is yours.
Yes, I see that there is a lot of constraint as a teacher or a lecturer, because what we want our student to be and what the parents would like our student to be. First of all, look at the school fee. It is a very high fee nowadays for the parents to pay for the kids to go to college. And they expect much more than what they spend. They expected that we gave them all the good things and promised them a good future when they graduated from the school. They the parents, didn't care how difficult for us to discipline these people, to give them an input that if you want to get successful, you must work hard, study hard. Nothing comes so easy. Some students think that I paid a lot of money. Why cannot I pass my exam? Why don't you release us? You said you wanted us to work after I graduated, but you hold us because you didn't let us pass. They don't realize that they didn't study hard. How come people want to be successful without working hard? And those pressure comes for me between what I want them to do and what the parents want and what the student want. It's so difficult to find a way out. Even frankly speaking, until now, I couldn't find it out. Maybe anybody can help me. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pak Yusuf. Again, I was very excited for this because I made this question and I was thinking, who will this question go to? And then when Miss Natalie introduced Pak Yusuf here, I immediately went, yep, that's the person I'm asking that to. It was very insightful, especially for me as a student. And yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful speech. Okay, for the next speaker, I believe there are not any more volunteers, so maybe I will. Oh, okay.
Anna,
Oh,
Anna.
okay,
Anna.
Anna.
Okay. All right, we are going to go to Miss Anna. Let me give the question real quick. All right. What strategies do you use to break free from the constraints of your own mind and step outside of your comfort zone? The time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the questions. The strategy that we use to break free from the constraint of my mind, constraint outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes I just feel like stay in my comfort zone is so happy and I feel comfortable. But then I think that if I just think that I'm still here, I cannot be improve everything. For example, like in this public speaking, many years ago, I think I cannot speak in front of people because of I know that I lack of my vocabulary. I cannot speak. Maybe yes, I can speak in Bahasa, but in English, not at all. But then, if I just sitting down and didn't do anything, and I just feel like okay, I just feel I comfortable in my place now, then I didn't do anything. So I just Anna keep silent and didn't do anything. Then my strategy, I have to be brave. I have to break everything, even though maybe sometimes I have to be a give up, or maybe sometimes I have to be like down, and it's not easy. But then I have to be brave to take this chance. I have to go out from this comfort zone and to make me improve better and better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Anna. Yes, we need to step out of our comfort zone again to get better. In anything that we do, the key is stepping out of our comfort zone. And it will be uncomfortable, but that is how you go to where you want to be and how you grow as a person. So we only have one last speaker today. Does anyone want to volunteer, maybe? Okay, Mr. Ben. So this is going to be speaker 6. Here is the question. How do you deal with self-doubt and fear when it arises? And have you ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of negative thinking as a result? The time is yours.
Self-doubt and fear. I'm not really afraid of a lot of things, but self-doubt happens quite a bit. And no like right now, currently present life is probably the most self-doubt I've had to deal with ever, right? In the sense of the concept that now in the last 37 years, I've never been a dad. Now I am. Now it's my brain kind of changes in this concept of like, okay, there's 8 billion people on the planet. I know that it's possible to do this. My best friend in the world, he's got 4 kids and 1 more on the way. He's doing pretty good with his like situation. I think I can kind of match that. But the concept is, what am I going to do? Like every single step, going back to the idea of future tripping, where it's like, okay, talk about schools. Pak Yusuf said schools are expensive. I mentioned before, did you ever want to quit your job? I did. I'm leaving working at a school because of that concept where everyone is entitled to pass. So now I'm taking a risk and I have these doubts because at the end of the day, we need to have money for like food, bills, education, like, and how do I going to get it? My brother, as I mentioned before, just graduated high school. He had 4.6 grade point average. He did all of these clubs. He's a president of the French club, doesn't speak French. He was a president of the Knights and Ladies Club, whatever that is. He did that. He did Filipino American Club, and he got a 4.6, and he got a letter in the mail saying, hey, congratulations, you have been accepted to San Diego State University. Here is your student aid packet, $50,000 a year. This kid worked his ass off to try to be able to get an opportunity, but the idea is all this self-doubt comes in, all this fear comes in, where like, what is the society going to be in the next 20 years where someone who gets a 4.6 grade point average can't even get a scholarship to go to college and kind of better themselves instead of being $200,000 in debt. So now someone who lives in Indonesia looking at options, okay, my son is going to be Indonesian, an American. When he's 18, he has to make a choice, which can be a better choice, going to school here, going to school there. But of course, Indonesia, there's no fail policy here. So what kind of competition is going to get in if I can't afford to pay like $300,000 a year, or yeah, $100,000 or more a year for tuition at an international school, or do I just get him into a lesser school and throw the dice? So all this stuff kind of goes in the idea, and it's not because of me. Who cares what I need to do? It's about the future of this child and its well-being. So thank you very much, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ben. Again, I find myself very much resonating with every single speech that was delivered today, especially with the last one here by Mr. Ben, talking about, the school and the state of the tuition fees and which school is going to be the best for the future of children. That's very much something that I am currently, as a rising senior myself, dealing with and just find myself concerning a lot recently. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for this amazing table topics session. And I want to end this table topic session with a quote that I found. I'm reading it because I want it to be verbatim. This is said by Susie Cassim. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Back to you, Tom.
Wow. Let's give a big round of applause for Keisha. She just joined our club for, I think, a month or 1.5 months, and this is her first table topic master role, but I would like to give extra credit on how mature and how poised she navigated this entire table topic session, from giving responses and also the questions that truly ignited, the deep discussion that we just had right now. So thank you very much. Well done, Keisha. Next time, maybe you can be the Tom or, the MC for the meeting. The next challenge. All right. So now, because Pak Yusuf needs to leave very soon, Alicia, I'm going to save you up for after Pak Yusuf, and I'm going to give the opportunity for him to first evaluate our second speaker, Ben. So please give it up for Mr. Yusuf, Toastmaster Yusuf Chandra.
Thank you very much, my beautiful Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, Let's give a very warm applause for our speaker tonight, Toastmaster Band. Congratulations, Toastmaster Band. What a beautiful storytelling you shared with us this evening. It's supposed to be an engaging humor story. There are two things that I found from your speech I like. Number one is the structure of your speech. It's a very well crafted structure. You started with the opening by asking us questions that leads into the body of your speech. In the body of your speech, you are telling us about the story when you are in the US Army in USA. What happened and what do you do with a broom? What I was thinking about, what kind of broom are you talking about? And here you gave me the answer. This is a real broom, actually. And I was carried out with your story. And I was really interested in what you are telling us. You even concluded with a call to action. Go do it yourself. Don't wait for somebody else. That was really good one. Second thing I like is from the delivery part. I like your voice. It was clear, very nice voice, and it's a very clear pronunciation, I believe. Together with the vocal variety you have, like you raise your voice when you said, we have to clean up, and you move down. When you said, I still cannot drink a beer, whatever it is. I also noticed that you have got some pauses here and there. For example, when you said, I just knew what time I should go home. The next thing I found interesting is your hand gesture. I can see your hand gesture very well with not too much and not too less, with a great eye contact. However, Toastmaster Ben, to make your speech into a higher level, I would like to give you some recommendation. Number one, if you could be standing while you are delivering your speech, so I can or we can see your hand gesture better and your movement, not sitting down like that. The next thing I would like to recommend is the speed. Probably for me, Indonesian is a bit too fast sometimes. And number three, I cannot see any humor inserted in your story. All in all, it was a beautiful storytelling with great structure, great vocal variety, gesture, hand gesture, and eye contact. With two, three small things, if you could be standing, insert the humor and less speed. All in all, it was an interesting speech. I would like to listen to your speech more next time. Back to Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you very much, Pak Yusuf, and special thanks for stepping up at the last minute to be Ben's evaluator, and also within this short amount of time. So feel free if you need to leave after this. Thank you very much. If you win, we will let you know. Oh no, you're over time. Sorry. Okay, but thank you.
Overtime already.
Yes. Okay, but thank you so much, Pak Yusuf. Hope
Okay.
to see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye. And now I would like to pass it on for the third session, the evaluation session, to our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Pipit Andriani.
Okay, thank you so much, Natalie, for stepping in to replace me earlier. But today we are ready to listen to Alicia's evaluation of Dini. And Dini said that she cannot open camera now, but she's all ears. So not only Dini, but everyone is. Okay. So please welcome the evaluator of Dini, Alicia Curtis.
Thank you very much for that, Pipit. And to Dinny, what a really nice and warm, heartfelt delivery that you have given tonight. I think it was more of a recognition of Natalie rather than the speech about mentoring and my time as a protege. I felt that this speech was really friendly, and I'm sure for Natalie as an introvert, it was quite confronting because introverts don't really like to hear about themselves being a center of attention. But I think the way that Dinny has delivered this was just a way that really respected the actual individual herself on the screen. As I said, this was very passionate. Dinny smiled, really contagious smile, really contagious personality. She talked about Natalie in the second person. She didn't talk about in first person or third person. So I thought that way that was more personal because included us, but it also included Natalie and seeing it in from Dinny's personal view, but also directed to the audience. And another one was the whole way through, Dinny has looked into the camera and no notes. You could tell that this had been rehearsed a bit, but it came from the heart. It was one that really added a lot of sugar and spice, really to the party. And for me, it actually met every single objective that was required for this speech. When it comes to improvements and the recommendations I'd have, when we're delivering a speech, especially something that is, I guess, more of an informative, this would be more of an informative style of presentation because you're informing the audience on your experience, how to overcome the challenge of being mentored, and also giving a bit of a background onto mentoring. Think about starting with a rhetoric statement or a question. I'm not always a big fan of the whole, did you tell me about this? Or how can you tell me about this? But I think in this instance, I think a rhetoric statement saying, have you ever met someone who really meant the world to you? Open up with something like that sort of opens up, makes people stop and think, give 3 seconds of pause, and then really engage to see the reaction. And that will also bring up the eyes, the sparks, and also a little bit more of a perk from everyone in the audience. Because when we're talking about someone, especially in the second person, we want to sort of have a really strong opening. The closing was really strong, but I felt that the opening, this is where the opening really missed correlation and connection between opening, body, and close, because I felt we just went straight into the body. The next one is thinking about the title of the speech. It was Mentor Helps Me Shine. Now, I know as an English second language speaker, it probably is a bit difficult to work out, and as a non-native English speaker, it's hard to work out what is the title of my speech, and also getting comfortable with the title of the speech. I think in this instance, you were always talking about Natalie as an ally. I thought that My Best Ally would have been actually the perfect title for this speech. And the reason I say that is because it also gives a bit of a difference. And it's like, is it ally? Is it ally? Like, what is this actually about? Gives that bit of spontaneity. And we always want to have a bit of spontaneity when we're hearing speeches. So being a bit more, uncomfortable with delivering the speech from the title point of view and also opening with a rhetoric statement, I think would have enhanced this speech a bit further. But I felt that it was a very heartfelt, lovely second person delivery and very courageously delivered. Congratulations, Dinny.
Thank you, Alicia, for the evaluation. Actually, I heard earlier, I thought my mentor is my biggest lie. I thought, what? I was like, oh, so thank you for clarifying that. So Dini, please be careful. Yeah, pronunciation is very okay. Yes, but I think I was asked about the mind prison, right, Natalie?
Yes, I was about to ask you that.
Mind prison. Actually, I share the same concern with Dini. I don't know whether Dini has the same concern until now, but because she said several years ago. So she basically had a lot of self-doubt whether she could do something or not. That's also happened to be my biggest mind prison. As a debater, I tend to be self-critical, probably too much, in a way that keep holding me back from doing anything. So Natalie usually said, too much input, no output. To me. Like I read a lot of books, but never even reviewed one of them, something like like that, or do not share the content, something like that. But one thing that assured me lately is I was reminded in my diary entry. I remember someone said this, but I don't know who it was. It says, the competent is full of self-doubt. The incompetent is full of confidence. Okay. So those people who are competent have a lot of self-doubt about what they can do, and then people who are not, it's actually the opposite. And then how I deal with it now, I'm thinking that whatever I do is a work in progress, because I'm always afraid if my work is going to be the final one and I won't be able to revise it if I make mistakes or something like that, right? So now I'm thinking that whatever I put out is a work in progress. If I somehow make mistakes, things like that, I can always improve it next time. So yes, so that's my mind prison, still struggling to get out of. Anyway, thank you so much. I don't know who decided this theme. It was me, but I don't know where I got it from. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. That was an advice Pipit gave me 4 years ago. I see. Yeah. But it was we went back and forth, right? Natalie also gave me advice about that too much input, no output. I also gave my student that advice. So we somehow passing on advice to the other people. All right. So let's go to grammarian. Yeah, which is me. Since we don't have a counter, I actually was able to take note of few things here. This is the good ones that I want to highlight. These bad thoughts are eating my soul. I think Dini said that, and it really represents what I also, want to express basically. So this is really good. Future tripping from Counselor Ben. Be careful not to do it. So we have to be present, but also future oriented at the same time, but at equal measure. Comparison is the thief of joy. It was by Natalie. The feeling of not good enough, also that was from Dini. If you cannot see where you are going as someone who has been there before, also from Dini. Doubts kill more dreams than any failures can, and that was from Keisha. I like to put that grab a broom and get promoted here, also by Mr. Ben. And also his broom is so cute. He could have used that prop to get a quick laugh, basically, right? Grab a boom, get promoted, and well, you can, or choose the
That
cute
was the ridiculousness part of it, right? It's pay attention to details. I'm funny. Not in this country, apparently.
No. But then I think in this country you have to point that out. It was funny when
No,
you
that
actually
I should have to point out jokes. That's not how
okay,
it works. Go ahead.
but sometimes it flies too far over our head. Okay, and then please past tense. Since we don't have it in Indonesian language, so we tend not to use it properly. So I saw a lot of instances when we were supposed to use past tense, but we did not. Yeah. Oh, which supposed to be I lost my confidence. I didn't know what my strengths were. I could not speak in front of people, something like that. And next one, I finally came up. Supposed to be this idea came up. So the context that time it was that one, and it's very different from my period. Supposed to be it's very different from my era of period. Okay, so I think that is it. I hope it satisfies you guys because I'm also a little bit tired right now, but it's okay. All right, so next one is
Ballot.
Natalie. Yes, please open the ballot for all of us to vote.
Yes, so all speakers in prepared speech session as well as table topic sessions were eligible to be voted on. For evaluator, Pak Yusuf was overtime, so we have a default winner in Alicia. I will launch the poll. Then you can send your vote to me. While waiting for people to vote, Pipit, please go ahead.
Actually, we don't have anything else, right?
GE report.
Oh, all right, G. Okay, sorry. All right, G report. Oh, we started on time, so it was good. Although we were not able to find enough people to fill up all the roles. For example, the obvious accountant is not here, and we had to double up for several positions. But I think that is the spirit of our meeting all this time. Yeah, we always try to make do with what we have, and then I hope next meeting it will be better. And then I enjoy the table topic session by Keisha, and she's doing it for the first time. It was pretty good. One suggestion would be try to make the question short enough so you can repeat the question twice, even without looking at it in a way, right? So, Keisha has never been to an offline meeting before, right? So in a contest, we don't even get to read the question. So they just give it to you verbally, and then you just verbally twice, and then you just need to respond right away, right? So it's better to give the questions in a shorter form, something like that. Yeah. But thank you so much for stepping up today. And I really enjoy the questions, and it's very thought provoking. And yeah, it was really good. And also your responses after every speaker delivering their speech, it was also really good. Okay, so our timer also did really good job. Evaluators did really good job as well, although Pak Yusuf was overtime, but I think he focused more on trying to make Ben better, which is really a difficult job. So I understand if Pak Yusuf had to be overtime. And then yes, Alicia, I would like to give a special shout out. I hope you get well soon. Thank you for being vulnerable with us so we can share, how you feel. And we wish you, what is it? We wish your days ahead going to be brighter and brighter. Okay? I'm looking forward to see you again. And hopefully, by that time, the pain is gone. Okay? All right. All right. So that is it. Natalie, are you ready with the
Yes,
yeah.
I'm ready. Can you take the photo, Pipit?
Yes, I will.
Okie doke. So first, I will announce the undoubted winner of the best evaluator or the favorite evaluator. Who
Please
is?
highlight.
Yes, Distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Curtis. I'm gonna spotlight you. Pipit, please.
1, 2. Got it.
Thank you very much. And
Thank
next
you.
we have the best speaker. This is the poll result, right? Natalie did not make this up. Most of you would like Ben's humor. So the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Benjamin Whittaker.
Why is that why is that?
Wait, I'm
Why
gonna,
did you doubt Ben so much, Nat?
I did
It was
not doubt
funny.
him.
1, 2,
You
3.
did.
No, I did not. I
Sarcasm.
said it was funny.
Yes. Last but not least, we have, this is rarely happen. For table topic speaker, for favorite table topic speaker, we have a unanimous decision, and the best table topics goes to Alicia.
Yes. 1, 2,
Wow.
3. All right.
That's it. And yeah, back to you, Pet.
Thank you so much, everyone, for the meeting today. It's very, even though the topic is mind prison, it's actually very liberating. Release from the mind prison after this meeting. Okay.
Mm.
However, Natalie is known to be the warden of this prison. So actually, after the meeting ends, she wants us to stay back.
Yes.
Wasn't my idea. Was not my
Me.
idea. But anyway,
Yeah.
thank you so much,
Before that,
everyone.
Pet, Can I
Yeah?
give a question to Keisha? Because I promised her I want to ask her
Oh, go ahead.
about her opinion about mind prison. So, Keisha, it's your time.
Yeah, I was thinking about this question, and the mind prison that I have is, as Mr. Ben said, looking too much into the future and forgetting about being present in the moment. And I did not know that there was a term for that, but now I'm glad that there is, because that means that many people resonate with it, which is future tripping. I think that I always think about what else I want to achieve, what the next step is, and I forget that right now I already achieved what I was dreaming of, maybe say like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, or even last week. What I was dreaming of last week, I already have today. So yeah, that is definitely something that I need to work on more, being more in the present and being grateful about what I have achieved. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Keisha. I mean, once you grow older and you experience more about life, you realize that the best thing that you can do is to cherish the moment, because you will never know when this moment will come back again with those feelings, those people that you can meet up. I learned it a little bit late, but hey, you're still young, you have learned it now, and you can appreciate it even better. So thanks for sharing that. Back to you, Pet, to close it.
There's another demon, Keisha, called past tripping. Not just the future tripping, but stuck in the past as well. Past glory or past pain, things like that. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, be careful with the future tripping and also past tripping. Oh, a lot of concepts to learn today. Right, thank you so much, everyone. And for Bhinneka member, please stay back because we have a meeting after this. Otherwise, see you next 2 weeks. Bye bye.